Welcome to day 5 of my LEGO Pirates of the Caribbean series, where each day the sets get bigger and bigger. This is actually our final episode of the series. Yesterday we built Port Royal from Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl, and today we are focusing on the second and third movie. And today we're going to be making the Flying Dutchman, and also a secret mystery set that I'll reveal near the end of the video. Trust me, it's insane, so stick to the end so you can see the full collection. Now, I was doing some research on the Flying Dutchman when I found this crazy model designed by a user with the name Icebear on Mechabricks, which is actually used as a base for my set. I kept most of the actual model the same, but of course I added some new printed elements and an array of minifigures. If you want to take a look at the full model, I will leave a link directly to the page on Mechabricks in the description so you can go and fully explore the set. What this user has created is absolutely insane, and I could have not done any better. The Flying Dutchman contains 7,687 pieces, putting it at around the size of the UCS Millennium Falcon, but I would guess this would sell for around £550 in the UK. This set is obviously designed for adults and is kinda similar to the Black Pearl we saw last year, with the 2 stands to support the build. The model also contains 9 all new exclusive minifigures, so let's start off with them. 8 of these figures are members of the Flying Dutchman's Curse crew, with Will Turner being the only other normal human aboard. He is probably the least detailed figure in the set. He has simple black legs, the same face as we've seen in other sets, but he does have a new torso design. Moving on to the Flying Dutchman's crew, our first minifigure is Bootstrap Bill. Bootstrap Bill features an entirely new face print, like the rest of the crew, which you will see momentarily. He has the enlarged eyes which we've seen used on characters such as Emperor Palpatine, helping sell that eerie, cursed appearance. His face also has a starfish on the side, which we see in the film. I gave him a shoulder accessory, which makes the figure look slightly larger, and also looks like the coral which we see on his clothes in Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest. Then we have Marcus, who did appear in the original wave. I gave the figure way more detail, including his right arm, which is covered in coral. I really like how I've managed to include lots of colour across the crew, as I feel like over time, LEGO figures have become more colourful. He has the same hammerhead shark element from the original set, as well as some dual moulded legs. An accessory of a hatchet is also included, which he is seen with in some of the films. Next up we have Hadras, who again appeared in the original wave. Similar to Marcus, I used the same hat piece of the shell that we saw in the original wave. I think that his face design really captures his likeness, and also similar to Marcus, he has some dual moulded legs. Although we never see Hadras on the Dutchman, he still plays an important part in the film, making him an essential character to include. Then we have Wyvern, who is also an important character in the film. As you see, this character is kind of falling apart and becoming part of the ship. He's lost most of his right leg, revealing his skeleton underneath, and his rib cage is also visible under his coat. His arms are also just bones, and to capture his differently shaped face, I placed a design on a transparent head. He also has a lamp accessory, which he's seen holding in the film. Then we have Planker, who is another colourful character. He has detailed arm designs, as well as a cloth around his neck. The right side of his face has been almost entirely covered in barnacles, leaving only his left eye visible. One of my favourite details of this minifigure is his seaweed hair, which is printed onto his face. Next we have Jimmy Legs, who is one of the more obscure inclusions in the set. Similar to Wyvern, his head is also printed on a transparent piece, as his head seems to be missing a huge chunk. He has a different shaped right leg, which we can see in the reference material, and so I used the Demogorgon leg piece from Stranger Things. Then we have Cole Nico, who is wearing a single piece of fabric which covers his whole body. This figure was quite hard to create, as half of his face resembled a pufferfish, but by changing the eye and adding some spikes, I managed to create a relatively convincing minifigure. He also has a shoulder accessory, which also looks like the spikes, as his pufferfish look continues onto his right arm. And finally, one of the best figures in the set, we have Davy Jones himself. Naturally, he's probably one of the most detailed in the set as well. Most of his torso design is obscured by his tentacle beard, but he has a green shirt under a dark blue overcoat. He has several specialized molds, such as the crab claw hand, the beard and the hat. He has this unique coral which covers his legs and arms, and this huge cape which adds size to the minifigure. And so, with the figures out the way, let's look at the build. The Flying Dutchman is 104 centimeters long and 60 centimeters tall, meaning it is actually almost double the length and a similar height to the Black Pearl set. The bottom of the ship can be removed, leaving just what would be visible above water, which is also a feature with the Black Pearl. On the outside there are 10 large cannons and 9 smaller ones on each side, and a huge mouth shape on the front, which really makes it look like the ship from the film. This is also where we see William Turner hiding in Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. At the back there are 2 large balconies looking out into the sea. Also at the back there are several statues and brick built animals, also just like we see in the film. I added a 2x4 sign which reads Flying Dutchman, and the long front deck features the steering wheel and a large area for the crew to stand and move around. I chose to use olive green colour for the sails, as this keeps the spooky vibe of the rest of the ship and fits the colour scheme. In terms of the interior, there are several rooms which we see in the film, and also other areas which we can assume are in the ship. The majority of the interior space holds the cannons and has space for the crew to walk around. Lots of the roof and walls are covered in seaweed, which fits the theme of the Dutchman. There is also space for Wyvern to stand within the wall of the second floor. Moving to the back of the second floor, in this section we have the captain's quarters. This includes Davy Jones' organ and also has space for his locket on the side, which is a new printed design. Also in this room is a desk at the side and a candelabra. Below this is a prison area, which is also seen in the third Pirates of the Caribbean film. There are 4 cells, which gives enough space for many characters to be imprisoned on the ship. Now, due to the size of this set, I also designed a promo, so here is a look at Isla de Cruces. Isla de Cruces is the island where Davy Jones' heart is buried in the chest, and it's where the famous duel happens on the wheel. In my opinion, this is one of the coolest scenes from the franchise, so being able to include it in this set is absolutely great. The model only has 143 pieces and 2 minifigures, and of course would come free with purchases of the Flying Dutchman. The promo contains the same Will Turner minifig which we just saw in the Flying Dutchman set, as well as James Norrington. James Norrington is an exclusive minifigure and this version of him looks more beat up and exhausted than the version we saw yesterday in the Port Royal set. Both figures have sword accessories, allowing fans to recreate the famous duel. The set has two main builds, the wheel and a small area of terrain, and also another area of terrain with Davy Jones's chest. The wheel can be removed from the terrain and the figure can be placed on top of the wheel, allowing for a great display off to the side of the Dutchman. The other build has the chest, and within the chest is the heart of Davy Jones. This is printed on a transparent 1x1 circular brick inside the chest. Also, the set includes the key to open the chest. I think this small set is something that fans would really enjoy to have alongside the Flying Dutchman, but I am aware that because of the exclusive printed parts, the resale price on this promo would be absolutely crazy.
Now, you may have noticed the hoodie which I'm wearing in the video. This is actually designed by Block Design to celebrate the release of this series. It's mainly based off a previous episode. You have an Aztec symbol on the front, Block Design written on the sleeve, and a postcard with several references to the series on the back. This hoodie and many more pieces of clothing coming soon are available through the Block Design website, link in the description. And so with that, there is all 6 Pirates of the Caribbean sets. It was really good to see the return of Pirates of the Caribbean last year with the Black Pearl set, and hopefully in the future we get more sets. Thank you so much for watching this series. I really hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe and like all the videos. Leave in the comments what you want to see next on my channel, and I'll see you very soon.